What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Team Pizza Plays Renowned Explorers. I've forgotten the rest of it already. International Society, that's it. See, my mind is like a book. You have to flip through to the right page. You don't remember exactly which page it's on, but eventually something catches your eye and like, here it is, found it.
He's a bad reader.
That too.
I have to get him Braille, which you think would be harder for him to read, but no.
It's I just kind of absorb the text into my body. It's
yeah.
like, you've taught me you have taught me very strange ways of communicating with the world around me.
I've taught him ways to talk that if he... I taught him ways to talk...
Sorry, it's just that was too good. It's like, what about talking properly? Huh? Huh?
Well, you see, if you were to replicate my speech, I'd have to remove your tongue for you to do it accurately.
And I kind of need that to communicate with the rest of the world. Without that, I won't have a YouTube career anymore.
Oh, you can talk fine. Watch, I can do it right now.
That's your own tongue. Please don't embarrass yourself on the channel.
Oh, and I'll do more than just that. I'll tell people embarrassing stories about myself as a younger draw man.
Also, we just scared a pirate so badly that he's running away from the battlefield. This isn't good. My team's speech isn't one-shotting these guys. Which, I guess it kind of makes sense for Molly, because she's a fighter by trade, but not even Maria at this point, and I bought her a better book.
Well, she didn't read it yet. We left it back in the laboratory, and I think Anna's using it to kill more cats or something, I don't know.
Please don't make fun of... Please don't make light of killing cats on the internet. That's an easy way to get yourself hated by everyone.
It's true. I don't believe in it. It's just my go-to for evil act of evil.
Oh, great. So that one died immediately. Or just got super depressed immediately. So Anna's presence there was completely wasted.
Well, you know, she was too busy destroying your book. By launching more peasants or something. I don't know. Do people on the internet like peasants?
And she gets the speech bonus. Good. So adventure awaits. We just start this one by having to fight somebody. And of course, because we're playing Anna, we're going to go to every space that has research on it. Plus, there's also... you'll notice some of these places have different challenges. Like, this was a naturalist challenge. This is the one thing we're missing from this team is an athlete. So, unfortunately, we have a very possible chance of somebody failing this horribly. Like, Anna's the only one who could actually get shit done after she gets up there.
Wait a minute. You're telling me on this team of explorers, one of which is a warrior, there's no one as athletic?
Nope. Absolutely no one. According to the systems anyway, so we're gonna take the 20% chance, and we're going to succeed. I did not expect that to happen. Thank you for being so generous, game.
Well, I mean, look at that literal fog of war.
We're gonna take a rogue here. I do want to point out, a lot of these things are randomly generated. Like, you'll encounter the same sorts of challenges, but where you'll encounter them is a totally different thing. And of course, because Molly is so... Look at that, 60% from her rogue trait. This is why everybody you just focus down one particular thing. We got a 100% chance. In fact, we were so over 100%, we should have gotten an extra bonus off of that.
No, we need less bonus. Because we're real gamers. We don't even use iron sides on COD.
The crew finds some materials that can be used to create some helpful gear and tools. They can also be studied. Now, we can walk away with just one study token, or we can gain 2 and a tool for our next challenge, which will actually raise our percentage to succeed at it. However, if we fail, we lose 1 study token, which is pretty much the crux of our strategy. Do you want to roll for the 60% on that? Do you think we should?
Well, Sonic...
Live life dangerously?
Yeah, Sonic gambles. Why shouldn't we?
Fair enough. And we fail horribly. Awesome.
Good. Oh my goodness, that's the most adorable face of oh my god I've ever seen.
I fucked up! What have I done? Like, this is the point where her entire life turns around. She's like, my god, science is dangerous.
What have I done? Reading. Reading is the enemy.
From now on, I'm just gonna play video games instead.
From now on, I'm just gonna eat. I'm just gonna just watch the internet and eat butter all day. And fight monkeys?
Yes, actually. We're fighting monkeys.
You know what I thought they
And
were
we're
at first?
insulting the monkeys to death.
You know what I thought these were?
What?
When I just saw the portraits, this portrait right here just stopping at the stomach, I thought these were just bizarrely designed tribal people.
No. No. First off, most tribal people don't have beards that magnificent. Secondly, I'd like to think they look a little more human than that.
I mean, I've seen some strange cartoons where people are drawn in not human ways.
It's adventure time. Come on, grab your friends.
Fun adventure never ends. Jake the human,
Never
Finn the
ends.
dog. Adventure. Look at that satanic portrait of her.
Well, it's the monkey's fault. I mean, she's angry. She has negative 25 armor. This is something I forgot to mention earlier, is the emotions you inflict on your enemies actually have different effects on them. Like, saddened enemies have minus 25% speech power, so they can try to attack her, but they're going to be way weaker than they normally would if they're sad. Or if they're terrified, they have minus 25% attack. So if the enemy team is aggressive, you can actually beat them down with fear. Like, psychologically force them into not hitting as hard. It's a really deep system. And the thing is, depending on the way you fight, you get different bonuses. Like, if we started playing this friendly, which I don't necessarily want to do because of the way I want to play this team, but we'd actually get, you'll notice, currently, the dominant ability, which is friendly, has an extra 25% power to it. So if we start using those skills, we could kill enemies much more easily. This game has an incredibly deep, incredibly complex system, so it's a ton of fun to play because of that. And especially, you know, coming straight off of Undertale, it's just one of those years where I'm in the mood to really play something that doesn't exactly treat battle conventionally. Like, after my initial playthrough of doing a devious team, I started playing an aggressive group, which was basically Molly, Ivan, and one of the doctor characters, I forget his name. And I just kind of felt bad for everything that I was hitting. It's like, there's another way around this. I know there is.
See, that's where you and I differ. When I see an enemy, I see nothing but an obstacle. To be
I mean, I do too, but we just get rid of it in different ways.
Well, yeah, you try diplomacy and I use fire. They say, draw man, stop burning us, and I go, no, I want to keep burning you.
What a great place to camp with a beautiful, clean creek. Anna tells everyone to prepare for a comfortable day. The crew spends their day relaxing, but then something interesting happens. Does Molly upset someone, or does Anna surprise everyone? What seems like the more likely outcome?
I'm on my Anna kick right now. Let's see what Anna does.
The crew notices that Anna is polishing something shiny. When asked about it, Anna reveals that's an internationally acclaimed science prize that she earned just a few months ago. The crew is impressed. Maria suddenly becomes friendlier after learning that Anna is quite famous. We get to campaign after that. After a good day, the crew sits around a campfire and listens to one of Maria's great stories. The night becomes even more enjoyable when a delightful dinner is served by who? I'm actually going to say Anna again, and you'll find out why in a moment. An unbelievable combination of Caribbean ingredients and flavors from Russia. The crew is delighted by the meal. Anna's a fantastic cook. On the downside, now Anna will have to endure the complaining of hungry crew members. So not only is she the crew cook now, which gives her +3 spirit, but if I remember, now she has a survivalist trait, which is cooking.
Well, hey. So she's Bender now. She's the morally ambiguous one who can cook.
Yes.
If only she
Pretty
ran.
much.
If only she ran on beer.
A shipwreck. The whole thing's unstable and might collapse. It's dangerous to salvage it. An engineer might be skilled enough to salvage it, however. Now, we don't lose anything too great. Like, Anna loses 10 armor, but, man, 2 supplies and a bonus study token, plus a number of other things. It's worth the roll, in my opinion.
Come on.
We got it!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We get another treasure, I believe. Find some fresh supplies and an amazing chest full of treasure. Lucky. Done with the boat, the crew continues exploring. Oh, we got a treasure hunt token off of that, which is like a collect token, except even better. Not only does it give us significantly more gold and renown, but it also gives us extra status as well. And speaking of treasure, we're spoiled for choice when it comes to which one we want to go after. Alright, I'll give it up to you. Do you want to go for the epic encounter, or do you want to see monkeys do something really interesting?
Do I even have to think about that? Go with the monkeys.
Alright. What an amazing find! In the deep of the jungle, you find the elusive 100-year fruit. The low-hanging fruit takes more than 100 years to grow to this size. Surrounding the fruit is a barrel full of monkeys, performing a ritual never witnessed before. You can just take the fruit to safety. A naturalist might be interested in studying the ritual, though. So, if we failed, we'd lose the treasure, but because Anna is an incredible scientist, she just gets 100% right off the bat. Fascinating. Anna observes that the monkeys know about the fruit, suggesting cultural memory in this barrel. Once the monkeys start shaking the tree, making squishing noises and explosive gestures. Those are 2 phrases that do not belong in the same sentence, I'm just saying.
No, they need to be said more. They need to be said together more often.
Especially after Thanksgiving, nobody needs to be thinking about those 2 phrases.
Oh no,
Anna starts to get anxious and rushes in and takes the fruit. The monkeys are seemingly disappointed. With the research and fruit in hand, you leave the heartbroken monkeys behind.
Stupid monkey.
There we go, so we get an insight and extra renown off of that. Man, 3 treasures right next to each other. I think it's time to go fight something, don't you?
Nah, let's keep stealing stuff.
As you walk through the jungle, you spot a big shadow jump away further into woods. It looked big and intimidating. Not as intimidating as Anna, I assure you.
Trust me.
It's a Titan ape. The crew disrupts his meal and he's not pleased about it. He quickly leaps towards Maria to deal the first blow. Apparently Maria's the bruiser of the group now, because usually it chooses somebody like Saint Pierre or Ivan and it says they deflect the blow, but Maria just takes the blow.
Well, she's an actor. She knows how to not sell.
Well, she's used to taking things... No, I'm not gonna say it.
I will.
She's used to taking things to the face. Haha. Everybody laugh at the guy on YouTube, at the guy who's making a living on YouTube and is clearly not more mentally mature than 12.
Your pain sustains me.
I also want to talk about some of the abilities we got. Anna got a new ability called Experimentation, which is basically a group attack. Like, we could almost wipe out these smaller monkeys with this. Molly got Flank and Shank, which is actually one of my favorite abilities in the game, where if you flank an enemy with her, which it means one of your other allies is next to them, but you're also not next to that ally, then you can not only do a lot of damage, but you can also lower their armor. This is why she's so good as a captain for a team, because she just plays really well with aggressive guys. And of course, we've already talked about Seduce, which we don't want to use here because then we'll have less armor, and this guy is only going to play... This guy is only going to play aggressively. I know this from experience, so...
Well, you know, 'twas beauty that slain the savage beast.
Huh, I feel like I've heard that line somewhere before. Is that from something?
King Kong, actually, if I recall correctly.
I was being facetious. I know it's from King Kong, but...
Oh, well, you know, okay, fine. If you don't like my vast knowledge of cinematic repertoire, then I will use it elsewhere.
Oh my god. She actually did take a hit. Like, her health is halved from the start.
See,
Broken start. This character's spirit got broken or was wounded before the encounter.
this is what happens when you insult Draw Man. Giant gorillas beat up people. I guess. And monkeys cast the opposite of haste on you.
Let's see here. Is there... Oh, shit! I made a terrible error. We don't have a healer on this team. Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. Oh, no. What have I done? This team is going to die horribly in many awful ways.
Good, good.
Oh, my God. I am screwed.
No, keep playing.
This is awful.
I must see the result of
We're
this.
boned. We are so boned.
No, we're gonna love this.
Oh, it's not now. Like, we're fine for now. It's just later on when things start getting heavy that we are absolutely butt-fucked. This team is doomed. Like, you need somebody. You need at least one person who's capable of, like, you know, at least cheering guys on. Nope. Not gonna happen. Oh. Ouch.
Well, you know.
That was not good, and now he's on favorable terrain, which means he's gonna restore spirit every turn. Awesome!
Look how happy he is. He loves it.
What's the best strategy here? Are we really gonna have to fight this guy physically? We are, because Terrify doesn't work against him. Because watch, he has defenses against that. Like, he's weak to Impress.
Sweet, do a tap dance for him.
Good to know.
Oh, he's shamed.
Yep,
He's
that actually happened.
he's-
How about that?
He's ashamed of himself. He's
And
like,
it-
oh, what's
And
wrong?
it still does no damage, of course, because he has complete defense against it.
Oh, look at the size of those biceps.
Yeah. This guy ain't scared of anything. Except electroshock therapy, of course.
No, that just makes him slightly less happy.
I should have done this from the beginning, by the way. I realize that now.
Also, I just noticed that Molly looks like she's from Indivisible.
Kind of. Little bit. Oh, well, bye, Maria. Yep, that was pretty... That was the expected result of that encounter.
Oh, he's ashamed of it.
So I just lost resolve off of that. Which, we've only got 3 of that left, and if we lose all of those, this adventure is pretty much done. This is why it's important to have a healer, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, we can make do. See, if we kill him and harvest his organs, we can use those to rebuild Maria.
We could just technically revive her right now,
See?
but... Oh, please don't attack Anna. I would really appreciate it if you did not attack Anna right now. Yes, he buffed himself!
Yeah, thank God. He made himself stronger.
But he's got like 1 point of health left. It's not gonna matter.
But it's gonna be one mighty point of health. Oh no, my wrist. That's my woodland arm.
Ah, man, another aggressive victory. If this ends up being an aggressive team despite my best efforts... The Titan is broken and defeated. You capture the ape with relative ease, and now that it's unable to defend itself properly, this ape will be the central attraction in zoos and circuses all over the world.
The 9th and a half wonder of the world.
The amazing Titan. Jungle
Man.
Titan caged.
And a young Aaron Yeager furiously stares at him.
We got 10 study off of that. That was pretty good.
It's a lot of study.
And of course, Anna is getting stronger as well. +1 study whenever you enter an area with a nature challenge for the first time, or Anna's surrounding enemies gain +1 terrified each turn.
I do like the idea of her crackling with terrifying energy.
Yeah, there's no guarantee how many nature challenges we're going to come across. That's the better option, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just being able to manipulate enemies more easily.
And I get the feeling Anna likes that idea.
So... what kind of challenge did it say was here again? You know what, screw it. We're just going to have Anna climb the tree.
Let's make the scientist.
Ooh. Not... Oh, because she's a naturalist and a survivalist. She can take two different options here. Cool. That she couldn't normally use otherwise. So we get a treasure for that. A rare tear orchid. I don't think I've gotten that one before. This is another great thing about this game, is because... Look at that! 6 study too! Fantastic! That's exactly what I needed. Depending on the composition of your team or what abilities you have, you may actually end up with a totally different result that you never would have expected, that you never would have thought that was there otherwise. It just randomly happens. There's so much left for me to see in this game, even though I've played it a lot up to this point. And I think that's about it. That's 10 study out of one place, and we didn't even have to fight another giant monkey.
Aww, I wanted to see another giant monkey.
Do the monkey with me.
Do the monkey with me. Dun, 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 dun.
The only treasure this beach expedition yielded was sand between your toes. Alright, let's plan this out. I can go here and take advantage of that token that lets me improve my crew, and then we can travel straight to the end. Sound good?
Yeah, I guess. If you want to wander the desert for 40 days and 40 nights, don't let me stop you.
A native tablet that contains cryptic knowledge. You're pretty sure this knowledge can be used on this expedition to increase someone's grit or speech defense. We're probably going to go with grit, and yeah, because we're going to be fighting pirates, and I'm going to give that to Maria. The message really speaks to Maria, who now feels better prepared for this expedition. Maria attempts to communicate the spirit of the message, but the crew only understands it on a superficial level. You guys just don't get it, alright? I was reading tablets before you even began adventuring.
You guys don't get me. You're not cool. You're squares. You're worse than squares. You're triangles.
Alright, let's take another gear improvement. 60%. Let's go. And we did it! Alright, well, aside from that one failure, we've actually managed to hold on to that. +5 attack and +5 armor. Anna's a survivalist by herself, so I think Molly could use that improvement. She's gonna pretty much be on the front lines for this. Alright, this little island adventure has gone on long enough. It's time to wrap things up here with the pirate treasure.
Yeah, let's go kill Johnny Depp.
See, this is a choice that usually sticks with me because I don't have a tactician. Nobody here is really good at setting up a defense camp adequately. And you don't want to just throw this to the wind either, because if you fail, your crew has a huge disadvantage at the start of the next fight, which can be the death of you, especially if you don't have a healer. Which stupidly, is my fault.
Well, can't you just go Shanghai someone and steal their healer?
Unfortunately, no. After hours and hours of digging, Anna's shovel finally hits a wooden chest. They open it up to see the Spanish treasure in all its glory, surrounded by other precious pieces. The crew prepares to dig out Roach's treasure when you hear a deep laugh from behind. It's the smuggler boss. I heard these rats were on my island, but I didn't think they would be so kind as to find the treasure for me. Get your paws off my booty, landlubbers. I'd a nickel for every time I heard that.
I miss SpongeBob.
And he throws a bomb at us, which, because Molly is a rogue, she can just disable instantly. No problem whatsoever with that. We get extra treasure off of that. He didn't get to blow it all up. We won't go down to just one old sea mine. It's time to show this pirate who's boss. Time to show this boss who's really boss. That's a phrase that's never been used in video games before.
Time to show who the real spouse is.
I also kind of like how they show you the outcomes of major encounters depending on how you handle them. Like, all of these are just passive results, but If we go friendly, his men basically turn traitor on him. If we go aggressive, we rid the island of him. But if we go devious, I'm just gonna leave that as a bit of a surprise.
Well, you know, if we go devious, then we'll destroy the Reapers and save the galaxy.
That's renegade.
But if we go friendly, you know, the Star Child will...
We won't be able to punch journalists in the face anymore.
Exactly, who wants to give that up? No one.
There we go. Wow, nice. One shot. I like it when that happens. 1 unit per tile. Oh, because she was walking there. Got it. I'm walking here.
Wait, Copernicus, why don't
Wait
you go
till I get off. Then you can do the legal move that you'd be able to perform otherwise any other day of the week in this game.
Like, hey, Copernicus, why don't you navigate to the back of the line with your shoes and stand there with your short?
Excuse me?
Oh, I thought we were doing stereotypical Manhattan-style accents.
Oh, sorry.
So I was like, hey, Copernicus, why don't you go navigate to the back of the line with your shoes and stand there with your shirt?
That's a one-range ability, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to walk away from my team even further. Like, do you want to be electrocuted, dude?
Well,
Like,
yeah.
there's no voice acting in this game. Well, almost none. Not in the traditional sense, anyway. It's all basically gibberish. Eventually, you'll hear a word or two of English. While we don't have anybody nearby, I'm just gonna heal that little bit of damage she got. These normal speech abilities you've got, they can heal you a little bit, and they can affect your mood. They can actually give you positive moods, like now Molly's excited, so she has extra speech power. Helpful considering that's not usually her best trait.
Well, now it is.
Extra grit, dude. Get good.
Get good, scrubs.
That's pretty
Yeah.
much what I'm going to be using Maria for in a lot of these fights, is her whole goal is staying away from the front line anyway, because of how frail her character is.
Yeah.
So, she's going to be in the back healing people most of the time. Unfortunately, I don't think I can do anything because even experimentation doesn't reach that guy. So, yeah, just hang out back there, honey. Production. Let's go. I love how it inflicts him with Astonish, too.
I'm astonished that
This
that
character
I'm
is impressed or flattered, reducing speech defense by 25%. An extra 25, you don't say. And it's the same amount of damage. Like, she needed all that help just to do the same amount of damage as Maria. Do you see the gulf in power between these two characters now?
Now do you see the difference between us?
Pretty much. Look at that. Nothing. This is why they tell you, this is why I recommend Anna. Like, she can take physical blows and speech blows like a champ. No problem whatsoever.
Her feelings don't get hurt that easily.
I wonder if this game, if the designers of Renowned Explorers ever considered something like that. Like an opponent who was deaf. Or an opponent who had lost their frontal lobe or something and was actually physically incapable of feeling emotion.
That's the extra stage, boss.
Like, your only option is to go aggressive in that encounter.
I've cauterized his nerves. He feels no pain. I've lobotomized him. He feels no emotion. I've even blinded him and deafened him. He's the ultimate warrior.
Except for the fact that he's completely unfunctional on the battlefield.
We kind of have to direct him ourselves. Kind of have to tie strings to him and lead him around like a puppet.
No, I've got an easy solution to this. What if you had to fight a robot?
Why was I programmed to feel? What a horrible mistake.
Pretty much. There is more planned DLC for this game. You wonder if that's one of the things they've actually got up their sleeves. It's like, okay, guys, deal with this now.
I
Do you have the wits and the courage to actually make a robot feel bad about something?
I do love the concept of a steampunk adventure era robot. You're fighting Robo from Chrono Trigger.
Don Smugglone is saddened beyond words and just wants to be alone. You totally broke their spirits. The smuggler boss is having difficulty keeping his act together and runs away in tears. His crew follows to at least try to cheer him up. You hear their voices fade into the distance. Come on, boss, you ain't that bad. We love you. You're the baddest smuggler on this island.
You're the coolest criminal ever. I heard you killed a dozen dudes when you were a lad.
Smugglone, come back. So, we got Roche's treasure. 10% gold from all collect tokens, and we get 1 treasure hunt token immediately. The scent of gold fills the air. With Roche's treasure in your hands, the expedition is a success, and you can proudly return home to London. God, this has been a good one so far. And yes, that's exactly the attitude I wanted to go with. Now we're devious, finally. Which means we're going to start getting all kinds of bonuses if I build up my crew correctly. Come on, look at all that research. Look at that. You know how many papers I'm going to be able to write with that?
I'll be able to do 1 English paper and get a B- on it.
Explorer Society board members are excited at the progress of this sly scholar. In 1 expedition, we've managed to jump 2 spots up on the leaderboards here. Although we're still behind Rivaloo. Don't worry, that'll change very quickly. But unfortunately, that's going to have to happen next time on Team Pizza Plays. Until then, I'm Whatthefnu.
And I think you should try Molly Mystery.
And we'll see you next time, everybody.
Later.